Hello, it's Scott Manley here with part 19 of XCOM 2. Operation Unceasing Heart was a success on paper, but a number of team members were quite seriously injured. But Hendrik van Dyke distinguished himself sufficiently that he is going to get a new skill, and I think the obvious one is heavy ordnance. Basically, it gets you more grenades, and grenades are great because they hit for 100%, they cause area damage. Even if you don't need area damage, grenades are fantastic because they are guaranteed damage. They also break armor, which is incredibly useful later on. Having secured the site, we also get a whole bunch of corpses, Illyrium cores, facility leads. Things are going pretty well. Our forces recently uncovered information that could lead us places. Oh, and Tygan is super excited now that we have an Archon to autopsy.
Hello, Commander.
Hello, Optimus Prime. And back to the world map, back to accelerated time. Sure, we're investigating that ambush, but really we're waiting for the Black Site vial research.
Still can't believe it's come to this.
I truly hope those gruesome images are the worst of what we find today.
They're slaughtering us, Doctor. What could be worse?
We're about to find out.
Place your bets.
I've patched the shadow chamber directly into the ship's computer. It's been sifting through the material we recovered non-stop since our return, cataloging sequences.
Genetic sequences in near infinite combinations, yet all bearing similar genetic markers. Human markers.
There must be thousands of them.
Tens of thousands, and the procedure is still nowhere near complete.
Which is why we need the ship's computer to find out where they came from, by cross-referencing them with the data we've managed to hack from the Advent network.
Amazing, they got human DNA from humans.
An admission file from one of the gene therapy clinics.
Those sneaky aliens.
Avatar. Just what exactly is in that vial?
In my worst nightmares, I would never have imagined.
Doctor.
Green goo is people!
I believe we have found the missing civilians.
You guys should watch Soylent Green.
That's impossible.
The gene clinics. Millions of people just looking for help.
Medically screened and selected. Suitable candidates taken to that contemptible facility to be processed, refined into the material we now possess.
But why do this?
I could not begin to fathom a guess at this point. There exists no research that would ever warrant this.
It's genocide, Doctor. And these people are walking right into it.
Now I'm getting mad.
We may not know what they're doing with this stuff, but I think I can find out where it's going. Got it. It's a high-security production facility. Standard defensive complement.
Then I strongly suggest we pay them a visit, Commander.
Agreed. The information we gain could prove invaluable towards stopping the aliens' true agenda.
I'll add it to the schedule.
New objective added.
I've updated our latest operational objectives, Commander.
Yeah, there's an app for that. My initial curiosity and excitement regarding our earlier discoveries involving the recovered alien data have all been but extinguished by this disturbing result of my latest tests. Having analysed the composition of the green-hued substance retrieved from the Advent Black Site, I can only draw one conclusion, that the facility was designed solely for the refinement, production of concentrated genetic material. Human genetic material. I gotta say that really doesn't make any sense, given that nowadays we have the technology to essentially create any DNA sequence through a machine. We just sequence it and make it happen.
We've made initial contact with the Resistance operatives working in this area, Commander. They're going to show us how to get into the Alien Forge facility.
Operation Banish Snake. I like how the Shadow Chamber shows enemy unknown as one of my possible hostiles in that region. I don't think I'm going to go there just yet. We'll finish this ambush to start with. And there's some other facilities coming online in the next few days that I'd like to have running.
Warfare Center now operational.
Yay, so now soldiers have a chance to get a special skill. Now, you need a mod if you want to make this happen retroactively. And I decided that I wanted that mod. Oh, and the Avatar project is ticking over once again. The clock starts ticking.
Commander, the aliens.
So yeah, Bradford's all concerned about it, but look, the way the Avatar clock clicks, as I understand it, is every 20 days everything clicks up, right? And then once that happens, you have another 20 days to fix it. So if you wait for the counter to start, then you actually get, a number of days extra every time to deal with the Avatar project. Anyway, with the Scilab online, we can start training psionic troopers, but we need to actually get some rookies, which I don't have the cash for right now. Well, might as well get on with this alien facility, Operation Brutal Spark. Anyway, this is not going to be the mission that we just unlocked. This is just a regular Black Site infiltration destruction. So we have Sarah Scott, Emily Scott, Hendrik Van Dyke, Jesus Gonzalez, Heather James, and Isabel Martinez. And of course, a whole bunch of X4 demolitions explosives. It isn't actually any different from C4, but what happened is people started mistyping it and it stuck. So yeah, it's actually just C4 Compound 4, but with an X.
The aliens have a secure facility hidden in this area conducting research crucial to the Avatar project. And we've got enough information at this point to move in and take it out. Once we reach the AO, head to the designated position and plant the X4 charges. When they're armed, get clear, and we'll blow that place to hell.
This is your pilot speaking. Welcome to the wilderness of New Chile. Please fasten your seatbelts and prepare for landing. Exit is located at the rear of the aircraft.
-15. Target coordinates are locked in. Move to designated position and place the X4 charges.
Once again, a mission with no timer means the Overwatch crawl is strong with this team. That means that there will be a lot of editing out of very slow movement towards targets.
Heading to that location.
So yeah, to reduce the advent counter, I could have probably gone and done the Black Site mission that was based upon the coordinates determined from the vial. But I wanted to make sure I showed you at least one of the regular missions, so this is what we're doing.
Enemy squad located.
These guys should be pretty easy. We have an Archon, a Stun Lancer,
Good
and
copy.
a Shield
Moving on target.
Bearer. So let's move everyone into
Affirmative.
position
Moving out.
before we spring the ambush. We're not going to try sneaking around these guys. That would just be very dangerous.
Got it covered.
Everyone's ready to respond when the aliens run for it, but Emily Scott gets the honor of taking the first shot. Ah, the Archon dodge. That's one of the things with the Archons is they're really good at dodging. Later on in the game, I actually get the mind control capabilities, and they're pretty good units to mind control simply because the aliens have a hard time hitting them for serious damage as well. And obviously I'm saying this because Heather James only hits for 1 point. That's because she has a mod that lets her do at least 1 point of damage. Battle Frenzy. He's charging Jesus Gonzalez, who also fails to hit. What the heck? How about Isabella, the Angel of Death. Well, or at least the angel of many flesh wounds. Sarah Scott finds herself a little too close to the enemy, and so she decides to withdraw and lose the concealment bonus. Sometimes discretion is the better part of valor. And now the aliens get their counterattack. Beginning with brave Mr. Archon charging down the middle into the sights of Hendrik Van Dyke. And, oh nice! That Archon's luck just ran out.
X-ray neutralized.
And I make that comment about luck knowing full well that the game does actually let luck run out or luck build up depending upon how, if you're having trouble or doing well. That is a Stun Lancer making a rare gun attack. They should practice a little more with it, they might actually hit their targets. Between the shield and the armor, Deadeye is the way to go. Emily Scott only hits for 2 points of damage after that because the Lancer dodged, can you believe it or not. Heather James takes on the unshielded Lancer and finishes it off. That means all we have is a shield bearer out there. Who's gonna get the honor of killing him? Well, not Isabel Martinez, who shoots wide. Okay, to be fair, there was a big rock in the way. And from the cover of the big rock, the alien weighs his options, looks to the battlefield ahead, and shoots and hits. Oh no! Once again, the pain is coming. Overwatch is lost. And this panics Jesus. He moves, he jumps up, and he shoots at the hostile who's still hiding in cover and therefore very hard to hit. That was a waste of time, Jesus. What were you thinking? Come on everyone, stay calm. Emily Scott, take your shot. Good. It's not dead yet. How about Heather? Can you get a hit in there? And another nice hit, but still not down. Sarah Scott moving up a little closer. Isabel Martinez laying down the big guns and unfortunately missing once again. And now everyone else, I move up and switch into Overwatch in the hopes that the panicked hostile will make a run for it. And I think he's making a run for it. Who's gonna get the shot here? Sarah misses? Well, that's unfortunate, but you're not the only one out there with a gun. How about Hendrik van Dyke laying down a wall of bullets that will surely miss the target again? Come on, guys, seriously, where did you learn to shoot?
Come on!
Oh, come on. Oh, no, the alien's shooting. But the alien clearly learned to shoot at the same school as Hendrik van Dyke today. Just kidding, seriously. But now that Jesus has his mind around him, he is in a perfect position to mine the skull of that trooper. That shield bearer. The shield bearer is still a trooper, so he can still ram the thing up its butt. Skull. Okay, that was very strange. We didn't actually hit him or skull mine him, but he still died from the injury. That makes absolutely no sense, but whatever. Anyway, with the aliens neutralized after that battle that lasted way longer than it should have, we start to make a move on the main installation. Forging down the side of the map off to the center here, hoping that we will encounter one pod rather than many pods all at once. A frontal assault may not be the best plan, let's say. Oh, this place has aliens on the roof rather than, say, fiddlers or cats. Now let's see what happens here. One hit, not very good. How about that stun lancer? Oh, brilliant shot, Emily. But yep, big mech standing on the roof. Be very careful of that thing. For some reason, I was oddly afraid of these mechs. I decided to deploy the mimic beacon right away because it was my last move, rather than, say, grenading the ground out from underneath it, which would have been way smarter in retrospect. And be aware that in the new patch, mimic beacons are more expensive and less effective. They don't take cover and they're pretty much guaranteed to be hit, as I understand it. Okay, Hendrik, Special Order 303, bring forth the acid grenades. Ah, yes, shredded the armor. Doesn't do much damage, but the armor being shredded is special. But that mech is a perfect subject for Jesus's teachings, her teachings on how to not shoot XCOM operatives. Hacking the Gibson. I really wish, in retrospect, I had gone for the control in this case. 60% chance would have been pretty good, but yet decided against it. We went with the perfect chance of a shutdown, and therefore we gave up a perfectly good opportunity to run around the hostile installation as a giant robot. I mean, the real reason was that pretty much Heather James puts it down with one shot, so we could have finished it off if the control attempt had failed. Anyway, after that little bit of excitement, it's time to continue with the reconnoitering the facility, getting in and trying to figure out the best way to move in and place that X4, which really isn't C4, honestly. I mean, seriously, it was a guy, his C key had broken, so he had to replace all his C's with X's, so he had Zats instead of cats. Or, you know, maybe the aliens came in and they just decided that the letter C was redundant because, you know, you could replace it with either an X or a K or an S, depending upon the context, right? You know, the English language is actually pretty confusing when it comes to the phonetics of its alphabet. Anyway, the aliens have probably heard our argument over how to pronounce certain English words. And walk into our Overwatch trap. That's pretty good. Yes. Missed. No, that didn't work. Well, that's better than nothing, no. That'll teach the Advent Commander to take our beloved English alphabet away from us.
No longer a threat.
Yes, but you'd still have your buddy up there. We have a Lancer and we have a Shield Bearer. I'm standing doing my awesome pose on the roof.
Fire in the hole!
You know what it means if you're standing on a roof? It means I can blow a hole in the roof. Grenade? Let's try and get the right angle on this. Yes! It's one of my favourite things is blowing holes in roofs and dropping hostiles through. But apparently we missed the Stun Lancer. What are the odds of that? Regardless, that Stun Lancer is not long for this world. Everyone is on Overwatch. That's Sarah Scott hitting with a shotgun. Who else is wanting a piece of this Stun Lancer? Oh, Hendrik! Hendrik just demolishes that antenna behind him. That was, of course, a trick to make sure that they wouldn't be able to call in support with their big antenna things. And Emily shoots him as he's underground. He fell through the ground.
Who knows how long they've been keeping these storage units running down here.
I don't think they're really interested in storing them. I think they're interested in moving them to their processing plant as quickly as possible, right? It would be cool if you could try waking some of these people up and rescuing them, you know, and you had to do that in the face of reinforcements coming through. Go on, modders, you know you want to add a mission where we get to rescue VIPs in this way.
What's over there?
Also, modders, I would really like it if somebody would take the initial tutorial mission where you're rescuing the commander and actually make it a proper playable mission so that people can do it on Legendary and get the full story. That's still one of the decisions about the game that I don't like, is the fact the tutorial mission has so much of the story in it. And you also skip the power core mission too as well. Anyway, doors are open. People are moving through the facility. There must be other hostiles out there. We haven't killed enough just yet. And we're trying to find the best way to advance into the institution or whatever. It's just not a good place to be in, right? Heather's going over the roof. Sarah's going through the back door. Emily is climbing up into an observation tower and accidentally triggers this gun here sitting on the corner of the building. Thankfully, she is in full cover, and we do have other people on the scene that should be able to damage that turret before it really causes any serious damage. Hendrik Van Dyke racing for the roof. Okay, it's the alien's turn, and that turret unloads. Oh my god, 7 points of damage! What the heck? She was in seriously good positioning there and still took serious amounts of damage. What the heck? Did a solitary point of damage with her pistol, but she panics. But from down here, she sees the target.
Menace 1-5, you're near the target position.
That's great. We will get the X4 on it ASAP. Like, so she gets a second return fire attempt, also hits with that. So now it's back to the squad's turn, and Hendrik Van Dyke decides to go for the grenade attack and somehow manages to miss the turret completely. He's not having a particularly good day, but Heather James, well, she does all the business. Even as some of the damaged textures clip through her head for some bizarre reason. Okay, once again, everyone's in Overwatch, and the aliens turn up. A Codex, a Shield Bearer, and a couple of Vipers. Now everybody gets a chance. Executed the Codex with a single shot. Thank you. Jesus Gonzalez takes a shot from across the room. Odds are long, but hey, critical hit. Knocks down that Viper. Heather James is not in a good position to do her sniper duties, so she heads over here and takes a shot with her pistol at the Viper. Sarah is still firing from an elevated position. That Viper is toast. And that, I believe, means there's just a shield bearer hanging around. Isabel Martinez running into cover, grabbing the loot. Hendrik Van Dyke moving to a better firing position. This is a shield bearer from earlier that was on the roof. He survived being blown up and falling to the ground. But he may not survive this. Thank you, Mr. Van Dyke. Your services are very much appreciated. Now, I believe that we have a building to destroy. And hostiles are incoming. Okay, Izzy, you get the honor of setting the big boom. Plant the X4. That's a pretty small bomb, I have to say.
Menace 1-5, status confirmed. X4 charges are armed. Move to the extraction point for immediate evac.
I kind of actually wish the game would let you use X4 as a weapon. Since we've clearly developed it, it might be good to have big explosions. I would just load up on that stuff and blow up the enemies all the time.
On the move.
Anyway, evac position is designated. Get to the roof quickly. Everyone, we have the area, we have the space secured. There are hostiles incoming, but they probably won't get a shot off by the time that we actually leave here. They will be flying straight into the destruction of their precious processing facility. But let us not forget the hundreds of people stuck in those stasis chambers. Unfortunately, we can't help them, but sacrifices have to be made in the name of the greater good. Yeah, I pretty much just cut out the aliens' arrival because they were not in any position to respond to me, so I just bugged out. Some people actually hang out and shoot the reinforcements so they can get more experience. But here we go, Hendrik Van Dyke is the last one out, and we get to watch the glorious fireworks as we leave.
Menace 1-5, status confirmed. X4 charges detonating.
Yeah, look at that giant explosion. I really want that as a weapon in the game. I want the tactical nuclear strike. Operation Brutal Spark. 12 aliens killed, 2 soldiers wounded. Excellent result. Heather James dealt the most damage. Isabel Martinez made the most attacks. And yeah, 66% shot chance percentage. We will see more XCOM in the next episode. Until then, I'm Scott Manley. Fly safe.